Hello and welcome to the Cox Sports Report. I'm here with my co-host Matt Hatfield and I'm Morgan Lang. We've got a great night of highlights where we're going to take a look at the regular season, last week of it, where next week we'll go right into playoffs. So we're going to start off going to York County, where we're going to see Lafayette take on York. And last year Lafayette did win with a win of 25-20, and we're at Bailey Field, where Lafayette so far is unbeaten for the first time in 6 years. And will it continue?
It's a long time coming. They've won 8 in a row by 20 points or more, and York coming in trying to boost their chances of going into the playoffs there in 3A East. And Lafayette begins things with their power running game, as you see the fullback Shekel Wallace up the middle to move the chains for the Rams. And now the play action pass right here, as it's Brendan McGinty completing it 57 yards to Jaleel Green, who just outruns the competition before finally being knocked out there inside the 10-yard line.
Well, it'll be an opportunity here for them to continue, as we've got to look here at Wallace, as he's going to go 4 yards to punch it in for the touchdown, and they are on the board early in the game as Russ will make the kick, and it is 7-0 here in the first quarter.
Lafayette's so dangerous with 2 players in the backfield in Green and Wallace that can rush over 100 yards. And how about York's running game? As you see, Chris Sproul goes up the middle for a 27-yard run. And senior night, the home fans liking that one, on their feet as York trying to mount a drive against that stingy Lafayette defense. And then you see a terrific catch of 17 yards by Luke Gilbert from J.R. Jordan.
Well, it's nice to see they can run it, they can throw it, and here's another opportunity here, and they are going to be able to throw it, and it is a nice snag there by Devon Campbell as he gets them closer to that 10-yard line and trying to break it in, as J.R. Jordan here with the quarterback, and you see him, and he is going to go in with a quarterback keeper. That's a nice 12-yard run, ending the half with a 21-6 lead.
Always a plus to have a mobile quarterback, and York's got one now in Jordan to help out their offensive attack. And now the Falcons will take the kickoff to start the second half. Don't get a whole lot here as that special teams unit for Lafayette making a terrific play there to stuff York inside its own 25-yard line. But there you see J.R. Jordan with the fake. He's going to go right down the right sideline. Nobody's going to catch him. 70 yards to pay dirt. Touchdown York. And we got a ball game, Morgan.
Yeah, all of a sudden York is in striking distance of Lafayette, and that undefeated start, we're beginning to see how it's going to play out. But we're going to take a look here as we've got Lafayette with the ball, and they're going up the middle as they're juking and jiving, and he is going Joe Green there as we get to know him, and he's looking good as the defense going to be able to catch up to him, and he is all the way with the long run, 72 yards to pay dirt. Very exciting.
A major momentum shift there as Lafayette was about to see York maybe tie the game, and now they extend their lead as it's BVP Brandon Villanueva Purnell, 17 yards on the touchdown pass from Brendan McGinty. The Rams on top 28-13 to begin the fourth quarter.
And why not go to BVP again as he's getting up, getting some movement to be able to move those chains, and he's brought down. That defense is just swarming him as he's finally able. We've got a handoff here to Wallace as he's getting up the line, juking up the middle, and he stopped at the 10-yard line.
Great to have a receiver like BVP, and then that power running game to complement the speed of Jaleel Green as he gets outside for a 6-yard touchdown run there. Rams on top 42-13 now in the fourth quarter, starting to pull away. And a valiant effort by York, though. Not probably going to be enough here, as this time J.R. Jordan will throw. Quick completion to Devin Campbell for about 8-9 yards, but that Lafayette defense tackling much better in the second half.
And York here has got about one more opportunity to try to make that deficit, and it is a long bomb down. Is he going to be able to? Is overthrown, unfortunately, and that'll be the end of the game. Lafayette completes undefeated season of 10-0. It's their 9th straight win with 20 points or more. Big game there with Jaleel Green getting 146 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Shaquille Wallace getting 118 yards and touchdowns and 6 tackles. Always great to see them playing both sides.
And both teams moving on to the playoffs. So are the Poquoson Islanders, a 31-24 winner over the Jamestown Eagles. Grayson Boyce with 4 touchdown runs for Poquoson. And War Hill finishing up its season on a winning note, 19-17 over Newton, as Devontae Dedman closes out his stellar career with 88 yards, 3 total touchdowns for the Lions.
And more in the Bay Rivers Districts. Bruton takes Smithfield 26-10 as Capri Doucette gets 2 rushing touchdowns, and Tab over Grafton 27-21 with Brent Hinson getting 214 rushing yards.
And Tab moving on to the playoffs. Salem and Ocean Lakes, 2 teams looking to help their seeding in the postseason as Salem comes in off their first loss, Morgan, a week ago to Tallwood, which we had. Ocean Lakes still undefeated, and the Sun Devils start off with their running attack as Malik Butts with a great run inside the 15-yard lines of Ocean Lakes. They're going to go for a field goal here as he's stopped by Giovanni Simmons. Tyler McKee's kick of 31 yards is good.
Well, Salem takes a nice early lead there, 3-0. We'll see here as number 7, Kyrie Burton, gets a handoff to Butts, and he is going to be in for a 3-yard touchdown, taking them up 10-0.
How about that Salem rushing attack against this very dominant Ocean Lakes defensive front? Coach Robert Jackson has to be extremely pleased to be up 10-0 on a Dolphins team that hasn't trailed by double digits all year long. Now it's Churchy Harold going deep down the field. Got a man, Mike Alston, with a wonderful catch there on the left sideline, tippy-toeing for the reception.
And Javon, we got a snap here, and it is going to be Javon Simmons being able to pick it up here as we're looking at the ball. And here we go. It is going to be intercepted. Excuse me, that's your Javon Simmons play there. And it is nice to see them having an opportunity to see if they can answer.
Yeah, the takeaway the Dolphins needed desperately there as they're down in a big hole trying to keep that deficit from growing. There's Trevon Hill, the junior, using that long wingspan to tip the ball in the air. Interception by the Salem defense. They'd say the Black D over there as the Sun Devils making some things happen with their defense, setting up the offense with excellent field position. Where, Morgan, what do we have?
We've got light body to DJ Davis. That is a huge 35-yard pass to keep Salem up in the lead, 17-0. And I'm sure Ocean Lakes coach Chris Scott here is trying to piece it together and get his team rallied. And here's going to be an opportunity where Ocean Lakes is going to go complete to Jason Lewis.
Yeah, the big jumbo receiver, the junior, one of the top recruits in the country, making a important snag before the half. And now with that read option, it's Brandon Simmons going up the middle with a spin move and a touchdown, 5 yards to close it to 17-7 in favor of Salem. And Ocean Lakes wants another opportunity to strike. There's 9 seconds left in the half, but what do they do, Morgan?
They're going to go with an onside kick. Why not try to get the ball back? And they do with Johanna Picker, the kicker, getting the Dolphins to recover the ball. Very exciting here as you can see them jumping and getting excited. And we've got a dart from Churchy to Quincy Watts as he's going to go 18 yards to get them 17-14, and it's all of a sudden a ball game.
Yeah, Ocean Lakes has to be pleased to only be down 3 after Salem pretty much outplayed them the entire first half. But Salem's not going to go away quietly as you see DJ Davis, an unbelievable grab. Let's watch it again as he pulls it in for the touchdown.
Take another look at this 24-yard pass. Davis' second touchdown of the night. They're on the board 23-14 in the third quarter.
And Ocean Lakes, how do they respond? Well, they're undefeated for a reason, and they got a great running back in Brandon Simmons, who goes up the middle for a big gain, but the ball pops loose at the very end, and Salem recovers it. They're getting all the bounces to go their way on this night, playing very well after that loss to Tallwood a week ago.
And Salem here as he's going to go, and it's looking good. An opportunity, and it is another interception here, this time by Quincy Watts, as he's going to take it the other way for a pick six, and that's Watts' second touchdown of the night, and now it's 23-21, and Ocean Lakes is taking the lead.
Now the Dolphins have it where they want it, with a chance to take the lead, and Brandon Simmons, the workhorse running back, as you see, he is slipping and sliding down to the 30-yard line of Salem, moving those legs, churning out the tough yards, and this time he gets tripped up, we think, but no, second effort is good for a touchdown for the Dolphins.
Woo, and his third of the night. Man, Simmons is a workhorse, and he is running with authority every time he has the ball, and why not give it to Simmons again, as he's going to finish the deal here with it, punching it in 13 yards to end it out with a final 23-25 with Ocean Lakes now undefeated 10-0 for the second season in a row. How exciting for them. And Brandon Simmons there with 3 touchdowns. Churchy Harold getting 112 yards and a touchdown. And Salem's making a great effort there with DJ Davis having 89 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. And Lightbody getting 189 yards as well.
Both teams will be 1 seeds. Ocean Lakes number 1 seed in 6A, Salem number 1 seed in 5A. Bayside a winner 27-7 over First Colonial as the Marlins punch their playoff ticket behind Dante Lampley's 3 touchdown passes. And Green Run with a school record, yes, school record 66 points in a shutout of Lancetown. Anthony Scott with 5 total touchdowns in that one.
And Calum takes Princess Anne 12-6 as Tyler Allen gets 4 field goals, and Cox over Kempsville 34-21 as Mike DeMassey gets 129 yards and a touchdown.
Well, don't go anywhere. We have more, including Pilot at Practice with the unbeaten Bishop Sullivan Crusaders here on Sports Report. And welcome back to Sports Report with Morgan Lang. I'm Matthew Hatfield. The Bishop Sullivan Crusaders are having a dream season, undefeated record, and they're chasing towards a state title. Our pal Larry Rabama from the Virginia Pilot caught up with Coach Carl Turner and the Crusaders for this latest edition of Pilot at Practice.
I'm Larry Obama for Pilot at Practice here at Bishop Sullivan High School, where the Crusaders have just won a TCI's title. Next up, a state title.
I think it's going to be big for the school. If you look at some of our banners, and they've been up there for several years, but Bishop Sullivan, the alumni, the student body, and the administration is real proud of what Catholic has done over the years from the early Norfolk Catholic days to where we are today. Plenty of basketball banners in there, baseball banners in there. So it's time to start hanging some football banners. We want to decorate the gym a little bit, and that's our goal the next several years.
It's a great achievement to have. It's a big thing, but the next thing we'll focus on is in that state championship. TCI championship is just along the way. It's great because we made history, but working on that ring.
It's the first time ever in school history to win it outright, plus to go 10-0, first time in school history, and to clinch #1 seed for the state championship playoffs. Feels great. Well, we got a great group of guys here. They accepted me here. We started early in the off season, got it working. We really bonded as a team this off season. So now we're just a big family trying to get a ring. I think we got one of the best group of receivers in Southampton Roads, obviously Jamil Kumar, Liam Korka, Kevin Rahm, and Gary Felton, and some other guys. But I think we got a great group.
Our offense is explosive. I think we're the most explosive offense in the area. With all our receivers, we have and our backups too. I think we're loaded, and with Bryce running and Blake at quarterback, I think we're just totally explosive.
Passing league, this is what we do. I mean, we have good games. We throw the ball a lot. So, I mean, that's really translated into our season. It's helping us a lot. We're just a dominant offense. I mean, we go out there, we throw the ball around. We got good running game. I mean, it's hard to stop us.
It's a pretty big season. It still hasn't hit me yet that football's almost over. I'm trying to go on to play in college. I'd love to have that. But, I mean, since day one, my JV, after our first game, my dad said, if you guys stick around for 4 years, big things are going to happen.
What would it mean to you to win a state title?
It's the greatest achievement. I mean, it's high school football. I mean, that's as high as you can go. Get a state championship, get some scholarship offers, but I mean, other than that, that's what it's about.
It'd mean everything, especially my senior season. I don't know if I'll ever play football again, so after this, if I go out with a state ring, I'd be like Ray Lewis.
We got to stay focused, execute, have a good game plan, just do what we do every Friday or Saturday.
It'd be a dream come true for me, and I think for everybody else out here. Nobody on this team has won a state championship before. I haven't. It'd be awesome.
You can follow the Crusaders' road to a state title on Cox 11 and in the Virginia Pilot. For Pilot Practice, I'm Larry Obama.
Thanks, Larry, and stay tuned as we'll have more great highlights and a look at next week's playoff matchups after this.
And welcome back to Sports Report with Morgan Lang. I'm Matthew Hatfield. The Eastern District title is on the line in Norfolk as the defending state champion Lake Taylor Titans, under the direction of Coach Hank Sawyer, take on the visiting Norcom Greyhounds, coached by Larry Archie. These two have played some close battles in the past. Let's check out how this one plays out as you have two teams marching towards the postseason, and Lake Taylor with that stranglehold on the district. Can Norcom take it from him?
We'll see. Well, with that Lake Taylor defense and Ohio State commit Jolene Holmes, it's going to be an interesting way to see how this one plays out. And we're going to start here with quarterback Jaheim Johnson getting a completion to Nairi Quinterly, who is going to have an impact and get stopped up around the 45-yard line.
I like Holmes. Quinterly, another top recruit, a junior who's got offers already on the table from Wisconsin and a couple of others as well. You'll see there a completion, a quick out there from Jaheim Johnson to Aaron Chandler. And now the Titans moving the ball pretty well with that passing attack, but right here as you see that one will be unable to be hauled in there. Turnover on downs as Norcom will take over now with their quarterback Deron Downing against that pass rush, this time overthrown those who've got a defensive battle early on.
Ooh, and we're going to see here as they're going to continue going. Ooh, and it's nearly intercepted. And too bad they bobbled that one, as that would have been an opportunity. And we are scoreless at the end of the first quarter.
And we've got more running now, as you see right here. Marcus Carter running the football here. Tough hit by that Norcom defense. They came up with 5 takeaways in this one, just unable to get the offense going yet. And this time they got a completion down the field as Deron Downing finds an open man there down the sideline, as Norcom is threatening to put some points on the board now.
And they are, as they're going to continue going here. Ooh, and it is broken up there by Aaron Chandler. Great defense there as they're excited to peep this scoreless game here, and we've got a pass. Ooh, and it is incomplete as the Titans get a huge hit there on Downing.
These are two ferocious pass rushes. As you see, the quarterbacks are kind of running for their life in this one, including Johnson right here near his own goal line before he's knocked out inside the 5-yard line. Now he's going to have to chuck it on 3rd and long, it looks like, and this time Johnson's pass just overthrown for his intended target, and it's scoreless going into the 4th quarter.
Woo, and let's see how this 4th quarter starts off, as here's going to be our first bit of action as Nairi Quinterly is going to get a pass from Shaheem Johnson, and that is a 32-yard pass. The kick will be blocked, as we'll see here, and we've got a 6-0 nothing. Lake Taylor is finally on the board in the 4th quarter.
Finally on the board, and they've held district opponents all year to just 14 points. Norcom trying to stage the upset here as Deron Downing gets an excellent run up the middle, making a guy miss as Norcom getting close to midfield, and now Downing's going to throw it down the field. Got an intended target, but it's dropped. That's an opportunity you got to take advantage of right there.
You absolutely do, and you can see his frustration as he just knows that was an opportunity, but we're going to have another opportunity here as Downing's going to go thrown down the field as he gets drilled, and the ball will be overthrown, just a little miscalculated. We've got a pass here, and it's going to be complete to number 18, Devarius Brown, as they're moving those chains up the line.
But as you know, that Lake Taylor defense so suffocating up front with Jalen Holmes, the Ohio State commit, and Naquan Big Money Harris, and they got defensive backs that can make plays too. There's the sophomore Wayne Davis. He had 3 picks against Granby, and this time he gets a pick 6 to put the Titans up double figures and secure a win, it looks like, as Lake Taylor takes it for a 14-0 lead and will take a knee here against the visiting Greyhounds, who gave a great effort, just coming up short. 14-0 Lake Taylor a winner, as you see Davis and Quinterly find the end zone. Josh Elliott with an interception for Norcom, but the Greyhounds held to a season-low 84 yards in defeat against Lake Taylor.
And Morey takes Granby 54-7 as Devon Perry goes 215 yards with 3 touchdowns, and Norview shuts out Wilson 39-0 as EJ Faison goes 212 yards and gets 3 total touchdowns.
And one more Eastern District score. It was Churchland victorious over Booker T. Washington 49-12. Antonio Graham with a kick return for a touchdown as the Truckers close out the regular season 8-2 overall.
And we'll move now to Chesapeake, where we'll see Western Branch Bruins take on the Kingsport Bulldogs. And this is an exciting one, as last year Western Branch did clinch the win 56-14, but they are battling it out as Western Branch is trying to make their headway and continue their winning season.
Yes, they are. 2nd year under Coach Greg Gibson, and you saw talking with senior quarterback TJ Booth, the Hampton University commit, and Booth will pitch it out right here on the first scoring opportunity for Western Branch. Corey Gray with a 1-yard touchdown run, putting the Bruins on the board first.
And the extra point will be good by Josh Dudek, and 7-0 for the Bruins. And it's an exciting night here because it's senior night, so why not be able to celebrate this early in the first quarter? They're on the board, and here we are with the Ira Adams to Duke Santora getting a nice run. He is going, he's looking good. That defense stops him. That's a nice 37-yard run there for Santora.
Yeah, Kingsport trying to spoil the celebration plans. As you see right there, it is Deshaun Wethington, the sophomore running back, 14-yard touchdown run, putting the Bulldogs on the board. Wethington with over 1,400 yards rushing on the season coming into this one, and the band is loving it as they're getting down and boogieing.
Woo! I love seeing that. And we've got Mondrell Glover here. Keep your eye on him, as that's a nice breaking through the defense, bulldozing through, 9-yard run, getting them up, which sets them up here for an extra point. And let's see this excitement as it's looking, and Markwell Hart with Kingsport blocks the extra point, so it is 13-7 Western Branch.
That point could come back to bite the Bruins. Now Uriah Adams going up top, has a man. Excellent leaping grab there by Jaquan Diggs, who had missed the last few games due to injury. He's back and healthy and celebrating a touchdown with his teammates, as Kingsport now will take the lead on the extra point by Austin Wall. And the Bulldogs looking to pull off a road upset, up by 1, but Western Branch with that powerful running attack not going away.
No, and they're running right through as Gray here will punch it in for a nice 1-yard run. That is a name dragger there, and we're going to go here for 2, and it is going to be unsuccessful, unfortunately, but they're still up 19-14.
Up for now, but not for long, as they will kick it off here to Traylon Cox, the junior return man with some speed, and he's going to show it off here for the Bulldogs as he just runs by some guys trying to arm tackle him. That's not going to work, as Cox is too fast and too determined to be caught. He's going to go 87 yards to the house, touchdown. Kingsport and the fans that made the trip from Suffolk are loving it. Their team is on top of a Western Branch team that hasn't trailed in the first half at the break all year long.
Oh, way to go, Cox, on the Cox Sports Report. We'll see it. And here we are in the second quarter with Mondrell Glover going in again. And it's going to be interesting to see how this goes as he goes up the left side. He is just running by these defenders as he's trying to catch them. Will they catch him? Oh, and he's juking in the inside. And what an incredible 58-yard run to get them into scoring territory.
Amazing. This guy, Glover Morgan, didn't play football last year. He spent the year just doing track, and now he is playing tremendously now. And then you see a touchdown run by T.J. Booth on the quarterback keeper for Western Branch. So many options on the ground for them, up 26-21, and they're not done yet.
No, they're not done yet, because here we go by Gray again as he leaps over for a touchdown, and the Duda kick will be good, and you can see the fans getting exciting. It is 33-21 as they are pulling away here with this lead, and we'll see if Kingsport is able to battle back.
Just a wonderful football environment at the Art Brander Sports Complex in Chesapeake, and Kingsport going to the bag of tricks. Coach Joe Jones with the halfback pass to Sean Withing to a wide open Duke Santora. Touchdown, 64 yards, and that silences the crowd for a little bit. 33-28. It's tight in the fourth quarter. Who's going to pull this one out?
Well, we'll see as T.J. Booth again going over with a 1-yard to punch it in, which is really exciting here. You can see him getting juiced up, and it's getting closer, and they're setting up for the extra point. And it's, what is it? It's a fake, and they're going for two as we've got Booth literally leaping into the end zone with the 2-point conversion in the air, 41-28. The Bruins will move to 9-1. Kingsport finishes 7-3. What an exciting finish to that game.
And you see Booth with 147 yards, 2 touchdown runs in the win for Western Branch. Let's check out some other scores from the Southeastern District. It was Oscar Smith over Hickory, 60-7 behind freshman quarterback Sean Mitchell's 4 touchdown tosses. Grassfield a winner over Lakeland, 29-12 as Brian Harrell scores a defensive touchdown and blocks a punt for the Grizzlies.
And Nansemond River takes Deep Creek, 34-20 as Jamal Wells, wow, putting up some numbers there with 96 touchdowns, 12 rushing yards, 153 yards, 2 more touchdowns. And Great Bridge takes Indian River, 38-13 as Tyon Smith gets 3 rushing touchdowns.
Our first round playoff matchups, Morgan in 6A Southeast. You see the number 8 seed Bayside will travel to the top seed Oscar Smith Tigers. Tallwood plays Grassfield in the opening round, while Cox faces Western Branch, and Woodside will visit Ocean Lakes.
And in 5A Southeast, we've got Kempsville going to Salem, and number 5 Great Bridge traveling to number 4 Hampton, where Kellam will take on Maury, and Norview, who's 5-5, will go to number 2 Green Run.
4A South first round matchups, Caroline visits the top seed Phoebus. Kingsport, the 9 seed, will play at Tab. Number 5 seed Denby will play host to Glen Allen, the number 12 seed. Number 13 seed Powhatan will travel to Newport News to face the 9-1 Heritage Hurricanes, the 4th seed.
And more in 4A South, we've got Manigan going to Norcom, number 7, and number 14 Nansemond River traveling to Lake Taylor, who we just saw. And then number 6 is going to welcome Hanover coming into play, and then Jamestown going to Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie undefeated, the only undefeated team in the 4A bracket. Over in 3A, it's Lafayette, unbeaten, number 1 seed, playing host to Spotsylvania, the number 16 seed. York, the 10 seed, will travel to number 7 seed Hopewell, who's 5-5. In 2A East, number 12 seed Nandua will visit number 5 seed Bruton at 7-3 overall. And in 1A East, it is number 8 seed West Point at 8-2, playing host to the number 9 seed Perry McClure, who's 7-3 overall.
And Potomac School will end up taking Nansemond Suffolk 28-16 as Kevin Haverman had 2 touchdowns. And Bishop Sullivan takes St. Anne Belfield 45-23 as Jamil Kamara has 173 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That sets up a VISAA Division II state championship as Bishop Sullivan tries to capture their first state title, 11-0, playing the Potomac School 8-2 on November the 16th. Be there, that should be a good one.
And who's your player of the week? No doubt here, Brandon Simmons at Ocean Lakes, who we saw have 3 touchdowns there in our highlights and went 233 rushing yards. And the Dolphins rallied from 17 down to defeat Salem 34-23.
Well, Morgan, we are out of time. We're excited for the playoffs next week, aren't you?
I'm looking forward to it. See y'all next week.
On here, Sports Report.